If you have an ounce of common sense, you'd be choosing the Audi TT over the Porsche Boxster. At nearly 25% cheaper than the Boxster at the time, it really was a sports car for the money.
What I'd like to know is it still any good today? Well, as you can see from the looks, it's still got that modern curvy body, which is retro, but still representative of today's modern design. Take the lights for example, they're very 90s, they look very retro, and they still fit in with the obscure mess that is 2022. And if we move on to the side of the car, you can see these flared wheel arches here, which make it look more aggressive and upright. Then we move on to the back, and you can see it's so modern and so curvy that it puts Kim Kardashian to shame. And finally, the rear wing. Now, when this car was released in 1998, there wasn't actually any rear wing on this car, and apparently lots of these actually crashed. So Audi recalled all of them and fitted the spoiler to the back. Now, when we open up the complexity of German engineering, we suddenly find an engine. Now, the MK1 TT came with two slightly different engines, the 180 and the 225. Essentially, they were the same 1.8 litre turbocharged engine, but the 225 offered more power because of the bigger turbo. And yep, you guessed it, 225 brake horsepower. But in real life, the difference is very minimal, and it was the same sort of thing with the later V6 model. Now, this being the 225 model, it has been slightly modified.
Now, of course, this being the Grand Teen, there's never anything subtle about anything we do, ever. And by that I mean this engine has been modified to produce 265 horsepower, opposed to the baby-like figures that it is stock. So I think I'd better give it a go.
But before I drive it, I must now get into some clothes that a normal Audi TT driver would wear. Now, as good as the Grand Teen logo hoodie is, I don't think it's very TT-like. As far as I know. Nope. Nope. Double denim. No. Purple? Purple maybe with the original trousers. I think a suit. There we are, that's getting better. Oh my god. I think we're there. Hi, I drive an Audi TT. So, first impressions. Bloody fun, that's what my first impression is. God, the turbo just pulls you right back into the seat. It's fantastic. The steering is quite heavy, but I actually quite like it. It makes it more, well, it feels a bit more weighty and a bit more planted. And speaking of, it's got a Quattro Halvex four-wheel drive system, which means, well, actually it's front-wheel drive, but when you start to lose traction and starts spinning the wheels, it will actually kick in the back wheels as well. So technically it's sort of part-time four-wheel drive.
So we've established that the car is very fast and good fun to drive, even today. But this has had some other modifications to fit in even more.
I have a list of some of the mods here. First of all, it's had the V6 body kit added to it, a catback exhaust, forged induction pipes and blow-off valve, custom shifter and gate, and custom gauges and Bilstein shock absorbers. Now, all that's very good. What I'm more interested in is what's been changed with the interior. Now normally on this car it has 4 seats, that's why it's called the 2+2 coupe, but as you can see here there aren't any. Instead there's a bit of MDF wood covered in some post-war style carpet. I presume the owner did this to either save weight or have more room for that good stuff with a lady. I'm hoping it's the first option though. However, on the Quattro Sport version of this car you do get 2 seats as standard. You also get many things in here as well. You get a full climate control system, heated seats, which is pretty cool. And my favourite part is the custom gate and shifter on the gearbox. It makes for a more classical feel, which I'm very much into. It makes you feel more involved with the overall driving experience. And we also have these boost and pressure gauges here, which are filling up the heating and aircon areas. And I like to call these measuring instruments how much of a knob you'll be. Now obviously this has been fitted with Bilstein shock absorbers, which makes the car even more grippy than it is. And there's just no body roll at all as we go around these corners. It's fantastic. So to sum up then, is this Mark 1 Audi TT still any good today? Absolutely. It's a fun car to drive, especially if you want to take a detour to your workplace. And well, it's still got the looks as well, so what's not to like? If you did enjoy this review today, then make sure you are subscribing to us, and if you don't, you'll be seeing a convertible one of these in your driveway.